Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! This week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Now, if you're watching this and it's either the day before or after Thanksgiving, welcome. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving or you've already had a great Thanksgiving. But if you're watching this and it's Thanksgiving and you're over with family or family's over your house, please stop watching. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't watch this or anything on YouTube. You should be spending time with family. Thanksgiving is when we break bread with loved ones, and we reflect on all the things that we're thankful for. Me personally, I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for the fact that God wakes me up to see every morning. I'm thankful for doing the show. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for all the friendships that were forged because of doing the show. I'm not going to go on here and say everything that I'm thankful for, but I'm just going to, that's just a few things that I'm thankful for. And I don't care who you are or what walk of life you come from, you have to be thankful for at least one thing. I mean, you can't just, I really can't see anyone living life and not be thankful for at least one thing. I mean, what kind of life is that? Well, anyway, this is a Thanksgiving Comic Hero tee, and inside the speech bubble it has a combination of turkey feathers and leaves, and then the CH. Now, the reason why it's gold is because Jill Scott came out with a song called "Living Your Life Like It's Golden." And I believe one of the things that you should live your life like it's golden is by being thankful. And then right here on the sleeve is a turkey. And also Thanksgiving is it's one of my favorite holidays. Get to celebrate it with family every year. I mean, I've even celebrated Thanksgiving out of state. Twice in Texas and once in Georgia. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter where you are, where I've been, as long as I've been with family and just been thankful to be around them. And I know there's some people that don't have families. My heart goes out to y'all, but just be thankful that you're here, that you're alive. That's the most important thing to be thankful for. If you're not thankful for anything else in life, be thankful for the fact that you're living. Life is such a, this sounds cliche. Well, it may sound cliche, but life really is a gift. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, on last week's episode, I asked, which member of the Fantastic Four was once married to a Skrull? And the correct answer is the Human Torch. Now, of course, if you said Johnny Storm, I accept your answer because that's the Human Torch's real name. And 11 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, your name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Christopher Davis from Sulphur, Louisiana. So congratulations, Christopher. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Batman question. True or false? The University of Victoria in Victoria, British Columbia offers a course called The Life of Batman. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Now, Tammy Cantrell from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight. And this one features a woman who is all kinds of crazy against a woman who was once the spirit of vengeance. Representing DC, we have Harley Quinn. And representing Marvel, we have the Alejandra Jones Ghost Rider. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Harley Quinn versus the Alejandra Jones Ghost Rider. Harley Quinn is an expert gymnast who possesses immunity to various toxins, utilizes weaponized props, and is trained in psychology. The Alejandra Jones Ghost Rider possesses immense superhuman strength, stamina, agility, reflexes, endurance and durability, enchanted hellfire chain, motorcycle and shotgun, penance stare, resurrection, immortality, regeneration, accelerated healing factor, and the ability to travel between interdimensional realms and along any surface. Who will win? Ghost Rider would ride in on her motorcycle at full speed at Harley to start and end this fight quickly. This proves to be unsuccessful due to Harley's gymnastic prowess as she does a somersault over Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider then wraps her chain around Harley and is puzzled by Harley not being on fire. Ghost Rider then uses her penance stare at Harley, but the latter is unaffected. Ghost Rider doesn't understand why anything is working against Harley. She then lets her guard down, and that's when Harley grabs her mallet and smashes her motorcycle into pieces. This angers Ghost Rider and she goes after Harley, but the latter squirts her with a fire extinguisher that contains chemicals engineered to put out any and all mystical fires. Ghost Rider is in complete shock and is met with a vicious mallet to the head by Harley. You see, Harley, being highly trained in psychology, understands that the mind is a battlefield. Therefore, she literally shut her mind off to Ghost Rider. That, and she's nuttier than pecan pie. Harley Quinn wins. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, thank you Tammy Cantrell for that fight request. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are three things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking. And the first one is the news that Marvel and Tsuburaya Productions in Japan are teaming up for a new Ultraman comic series. Now, Ultraman was a TV show that only lasted one season. It premiered in Japan and was on from 66 through 67. However, it was so popular throughout many audiences that even now, after 50 plus years, they're still showing old episodes of it in Japan. There was even a US dub version of it that I saw when I watched it when I was growing up. I watched the entire series and I loved it then and I love it now. Awesome. I mean, I still remember that awesome Ultraman pose. But when I found out it was going to be a comic series, I became very excited. And you know me, if I say I love something, I'm going to read it. And right now, there hasn't been any word of who's writing it, who's going to do the interior artwork. However, I can tell you who has been tapped to do the cover art, and that is none other than the one, the only, Alex Ross. Now, Ross, some of the paint, he has come up with some of the greatest painted cover art ever. I mean, whether it's Earth X, whether it's the DC Silver Age. I mean, even with all those covers they did in the previous volume of The Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, this man does not disappoint. And he's also a great comics artist. I actually have an issue of Justice Society of America that he did a little more than a decade ago. And really excited about this. Oh, by the way, Ultraman was created by Eiji Tsuburaya. But I'm really excited about it. Can't wait for it to happen. Alright, now the second thing is that Jack Black has shown interest in wanting to play several characters in the Marvel Universe. One of them was The Thing. I don't know if that's going to work. I mean, I think he's a little too short to play this role. he's even shown interest at one point of playing the Kingpin. Now, we all know that's not going to happen because Vincent D'Onofrio has said that he is willing to play the role of the Kingpin for as long as Marvel Studios will have him. D'Onofrio has did a great job on all 3 seasons of Marvel's Daredevil, and I can't wait to see what he's going to show us in the if he's in any more Marvel movies. Now he has said that he is going to play the Kingpin, but also Charlie Cox. It's been said that he's going to reprise his role as Daredevil, and Kristen Ritter is going to reprise her role as Jessica Jones. But back to Jack Black, though, one character that I think that he would do very well with, and this is in no way me being mean or me being trying to be funny. I'm just being factual. If Marvel came out with an Alpha Flight either movie or a TV series on Disney Plus, I think he would make a great Puck. And again, I'm not trying to be mean or be funny or anything. I think he'd make a great Puck. He definitely has the he definitely has the height to pull it off, and yeah, but most definitely not the thing. All right, now the third thing is that the Black Adam movie that's coming out for DC real soon is going to introduce the Justice Society of America. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, the Justice Society is pretty much the Justice League before the Justice League even existed. You had characters like the Jay Garrick Flash, the Alan Scott Green Lantern, and this character called Wildcat. Now, I used to read Justice Society. Now, they're pretty much the golden age of DC, DC characters, and honestly, I really can't wait for Black Adam to get here. Now, y'all probably wonder how can there be a Black Adam movie without Shazam? Well, that's only because Teth Adam and Billy Batson ended up getting their powers at two different times. They didn't get their powers at the same time, and DC is honoring that tradition. And of course, Dwayne Johnson is going to play the role of Black Adam, and I can't wait to see it. And then the fact that the Justice Society of America is going to be introduced when this takes place is going to make it even more awesome. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. I'll have some more topics next week. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is 2099 Alpha. Absolute Carnage number 5. The Amazing Spider-Man number 34. Aquaman number 54. Now check out the special Year of the Villain calendar. Cover. Check that out. Now check that out. The Avengers number 26. Batman number 83. Batman the Outsiders number 7. Now check out this cover. Captain America number 16. Captain Marvel number 12. Excalibur number 2. Fantastic Four 2099. Flash Forward number 3. Future Foundation number 4. Guardians of the Galaxy number 11. The Immortal Hulk number 27. Justice League number 36. Justice League Odyssey number 15. Now check out this special Year of the Villain cover. Supergirl number 36. Now check out this cover. Oh, and you know, while I'm thinking about it, check out this this advertisement for Superman Year One, which is a miniseries that was written by Frank Miller with art by John Romita Jr. See that? Now check this out. Oh, by the way, definitely going to buy that. So be on the lookout for that in a future episode of the show. All right, Teen Titans number 36. Now check out this cover. Tony Stark Iron Man number 18. Wonder Woman number 82. Now check out this cover. And then finally, X-Men number 2. Alright, that's 22, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,724. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode. True or false? The University of Victoria in Victoria, British Columbia offers a course called The Life of Batman. Everyone who answers correctly been entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Christopher Davis from Sulphur, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this week's episode. Alright, now here's the road ahead for the show. Next week, episode 287 through 290 are all going to be Christmas episodes. And then the final episode of the New Year, episode 291, will be my annual college football playoff episode. I didn't do one last year due to a family tragedy we suffered. Two of my cousins were unfortunately killed in a house fire. And I decided to put off doing the show for a few weeks after that. But this year I will do it. And right now, as it stands, for all you college football folks, Ohio State just jumped LSU to be the number one team in the country. So right now, number one is Ohio State. Number two is LSU. number 3 is Clemson, and number 4 is Georgia. Now, if things could change in between now and the end of the end of the month. I mean, because the regular season is about to wrap up, and then all 4 of these schools, as much as I know, are going to be participating in their conference championship games. I mean, LSU and Georgia, number 2 and number 4, are going up against each other. And then Clemson is going to be in the ACC championship game, and Ohio State's going to be in the Big Ten championship game. So, but the only reason I say that is because when I began doing the college football playoff edition episode of the show, what I did was I wore Comic Hero tees according to the 4 schools that are participating in the college football playoffs, but for those of y'all, I mean, but when I do the show, the last Christmas episode, or even if I do probably the second Christmas episode, I'll let y'all know what schools are going and what shirts I'm gonna wear according to those schools. Okay, now it's Thanksgiving, and like I say, if you don't have anything to be thankful for, be thankful for the gift of life. And life is a gift. It's not, as I said earlier, it's not. You may think it's cliche, but it really isn't. Because I hate to say this, but you could be here today and gone today. And if you're with family, put your phones down, or do like I'm going to do. Leave them in the car. I mean, just spend time with family. I mean, if you're with family, don't be a stranger. Socialize with them. Have meaningful and positive conversation. I mean, on Thanksgiving, when I celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm dang sure you're going to have my phone. And I'm not even going to even have my comics. Because I'm around family. And that's one of the most important things to me. And if you have a family and you're around them, that should be important to you too. Alright, I'm Victor Nunley out of Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 287, the first Christmas episode. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.